Hey guys, it's Matt and Zara. I wanted to make a quick video to talk about the correct psychology to quote, get through whatever is going on now versus the absolute worst psychology to try to get through whatever this is. And, you know, we do see certain things in this community that our family and people around us don't see, but we were all conditioned the same way. We still wear tons of veils. We still fall for a lot of the mind control. Just because now we see certain things, we're not perfect. And you can learn a lot about yourself when these scripts come, they still run through us. They still will. The script of being a little fearful or a little apprehensive. But when something comes up, you could say, whoa, this isn't a very healthy feeling or a very healthy thought or emotion. Where's it coming from? What does it want me to do? This is, if you could identify the scripts that are running in you as to, are they beneficial? Are they from your true self? Or are they from, we've all been conditioned our whole lives. We've all been mind controlled and had scripts run in us our entire lives. So the script that keeps trying to run in me and probably almost everybody, and I just know it's the absolute worst thing in the world, is we just have to get through this. Oh, it's so boring and there's nothing to do and I can't go out and do what I normally do. And wait, just how much longer? How much longer? Just wait it out. It'll even go along with some of the things that I've said. I think at some point over the next few weeks they'll back it off. They'll say the curve is shallowing out, and oh, this store and that store will now be open, and oh, we just have to wait it out, hunker down. That is the absolute worst psychology, and I'm not saying I'm not master of it. I'm struggling with this, but I know it's the worst psychology. Just saying, oh, we just have to get through this, wait it out, be patient, keep busy. What Netflix series haven't I watched yet? Absolutely the worst. Try to literally just would you think you just have to get through it if you just had 30 days left to live? I mean, for every day, if that was the case, would be precious. What am I going to do today that, or how can I take advantage of this situation, where a situation that's removed 99% of things we're allowed to do socially and what we always thought were these fun things to do. But there's so many things you can do. What haven't I done? Oh, I have these books on my grandfather's collection in there of the great works. The classics, Moby Dick and Hamlet, and it just goes on and on. These great works, of which I like to read some of them, but I don't like to read all of that. But I thought, this is what a great time to finally explore these books that I always say I'll do, but then I go down and put Netflix on or something. And it's like, wow, this is a time to do that. Now, that's not a great example, but there's a little cubby, a little cubby hole with a sink here in the house, and there is this plastic. It looks like it's fake plastic wood from 1970 behind it. Always looks like hell. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna rip it out someday and put nice tile behind the sink, a little area, and I never get to it. And then I thought the other day, I thought this is the time. I mean, and my Matrix friend Pam, she bought all these samples in because she's going to redo her bathroom and is redoing her bathroom. But all these she has $40, $50 of samples, little tile here, little tile here. So I thought, let's just take all these samples and place them out and make it look like I actually planned this when it's just junk that was going to go in the trash. And part of me, in the mental side of it, wanted to say, "Oh, this is great. This will waste the 7 hours on Saturday." And it was 7 or 8 hours on Saturday and about 6 hours on Sunday. I said, "Boy, this is great. It'll waste all that time. I'll stay busy, stay busy." And that's not a horrible attitude, to stay busy versus just let's just wait it. We have to just wait it out. We have to wait for our masters to give us the okay. That's better, to be busy, to a friend of the channel says he bought 5 gallons of paint. We're just gonna, if we have to stay in, we're gonna do something. We're gonna paint, to do something. There's that. What is it? What's that? Bette Midler is held hostage, or Danny DeVito is the husband. Is it Judge Reinhold? And Danny DeVito, the husband, it's like Bad People, it's called, or something. I don't know. He wants the kidnappers to kill Bette Midler. I think it was once. I haven't seen it for like 25 or 30 years. But Judge Reinhold, I think that's his name, the guy from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, he's calling Danny DeVito asking for a ransom, and Danny DeVito's like, "I dare you to kill her." He wants, but Bette Midler is just, she's sitting around the bed, the basement as a prisoner, and she's like, "I'm going to use this time," and she just like starts, like on a treadmill, she starts getting in shape. She starts just doing things for herself that she never would do if she's out there in the matrix selling real estate or whatever she normally would do. So staying busy, and a lot of you, I'm sure, are like, okay, we're going to do these 5 things that we never get to. That's great, no doubt about it. But the psychology of it, you just in this case, sometimes you have to fake it to make it. The fake it to make it. Just keep telling yourself, I'm not doing this to stay busy. I'm thankful for this opportunity to finally look at this or do this, or just do different things or see different things. I stood outside and it was so quiet. I listened to the birds for 5 minutes, just stood there. I would never do that. Now I appreciate nature and all that, but much more than I did 10 years ago. But just to look around and to hear all the sounds, it was like, boy, I'm going to look forward to doing this. And this mental state doesn't come. It's very hard to, we haven't been bred to do this at all. I mean, our whole lives have been bred to just follow the matrix. So sometimes you do have to fake it to make it. You have to just say, no, I'm not going to do this to stay busy. I'm going to do this because I'm going to be thankful. I can actually do this, or look at that, or whatever. So you just keep telling yourself over and over, and it is helpful. But the last thing, excuse me, the last thing that we want to do is what most people are doing around the world. How much more time do we have? We can get through this. We just have to stay entertained with Netflix. And whoa, did our masters say we could come out? Maybe they're saying in a week or two, and we just have to get through it. And then the commercials all over TV. We can get through this together. Get through it. Waiting it out. It is the worst mental state in the world. Find a way, even if it's fake it to make it, to bounce out of bed. And I guess last week I'm going, oh man, it feels like September 12th. I'm like, is this really going on? And I'm like, in the morning, I shake my head. And I'm like, you have to, even if you have to fake it to make it, bounce out of bed and say, okay, it's another day. The world is totally different. I'll never see this again for the rest of my life. And what am I going to do today? Or what am I going to accomplish? Or how am I going to use this? Because it'll never come again. Even if it's understanding how certain scripts are run in you, or identifying with your own veils, your own mind control. What does your body want to do? Does it want to constantly produce a low-level state of fear? All of this, because the mentality is, this will never happen again. Brad Pitt in Troy. I guess he plays Achilles in Troy. It's a very good movie. Not a ton of major truth drops, but a few, of course, just like in all major movies. He tells Penelope, or whatever, Prius's daughter, I forget her name, that no, you have it wrong. The gods envy us. The gods envy us, because when you're mortal, everything is more special. Everything is more magical. Everything is much more special or emotional. I'm not saying exactly what he said correctly, but the gods envy us because of our mortality. We can appreciate certain aspects of the world that somebody that was just going to recycle body after body, the minions going to recycle body after body forever and ever. They don't appreciate anything here. They've seen it all before. They'll see it all again. The gods, he says, envy us. And you can do the same thing in this situation. You could say, I guess Brad Pitt, it's coming back to me, he says, to Penelope says whatever, like he says, we will, right this moment, we will never be here again. And this moment of what's happening now, as weird and effed up as it is, going out and seeing the birds and animals, and there's no traffic, there's hardly any air traffic. You can take advantage of this and say, take a snapshot, a higher mind snapshot. We will never be here again. And it's a sick situation, but in any kind of sick situation, there's a sliver of something very special. And the idea is to find that.